Alright, my little math friends, welcome to Chapter 9. Chapter 9, we're going to be doing more work with geometry, and we're going to start off working with circles. And the first thing we're going to do, 9.1, is we're going to learn how to calculate the circumference of a circle. Okay, so first we want to know is what is the circumference? The circumference is the distance around a circle. Okay, this may be a review for some of you guys. You might have done this before, but we're going to explore this a little bit. So if it is review, that'll be kind of helpful. It'll be a nice lighter lesson for you guys to do. Okay, so first let's take a look at the different parts of the circle. Okay, here we have the circumference labeled here. It's the distance all the way around the circle, how far it is. Okay, and we got a few other things when it comes to working with circles. We have the center, which is obviously right in the middle of the circle. Then we have the diameter. Okay, the diameter of the circle is straight across a circle. It's the distance going straight across the circle from over here to over here. Okay, then we have the radius, which is halfway across the circle. So going in a straight line from the center to the outside, halfway across. So the radius is half across. Okay, and it's important we understand that because that's going to help us when we go to calculate the circumference. Because let's say, for example, this diameter of the circle is, we will just say 8 centimeters. Okay, so the distance across the circle, this one would be 8 centimeters. So then our radius is going to be halfway across, half of that. So our radius for this circle, we would know, would be 4 centimeters because it's going to be halfway across. Okay, that's the relationship between those two. Now let's take a look at the math formula to calculate the circumference. If we want to know what the circumference is on a circle, here is our math formula. C is going to equal circumference, and C equals the diameter times pi. Okay, that magical little number that we use to work with circles. And pi is that number that goes on forever. And we're just going to shorten it up to 3.14. So we find the circumference by taking the diameter times pi. Alright, a little extra credit opportunity for you. Okay, some extra credit to help you guys out if you want to take advantage of it. If you would like to get some extra credit on the try this problem at the end of the video, you can tell me, what is pi? What is this number? Why do we use pi? Why is it 3.14? Tell me about that. Do a little research. Tell me what that is. Maybe you even know already. How do we get this number? Where does it come from? Alright? Extra credit for you if you want it. Okay, let's go into talking about how we're going to calculate the circumference. Here is our very first problem. Okay? Here we're going to calculate the circumference when given the diameter of a circle. Here's our circle right here. We have a diameter of 11, that's the distance straight across the circle, and we're going to calculate the circumference from that, okay? Not really a big deal. Here's our formula, circumference equals diameter times pi. Okay, so all we need to do is take our diameter right here, 11, and we're going to multiply it by pi. So we're going to take C equals 11. We'll use this dot here because we're getting kind of further into math. This dot means multiply right in the middle of these two numbers. It means we're going to multiply them together. So we're going to do that. We have 11 times pi, 3.14. Do the math on that. Our circumference comes out to 34.54 centimeters. Okay, that would be our answer to this problem. That it would be the distance around that circle. Okay, simple enough. Let's take a look at a couple of others. Alright, next we have another example, and we are going to calculate the circumference this time when given the radius of a circle. Okay, here's our little story kind of behind what this circle is. An irrigation system waters a circular area with a radius of 14 feet. Okay, here's our circle. Here is our sprinkler right here. It goes around and it waters this whole entire circle, and it is 14 feet from the center to the edge of the area that it waters. Alright, we want to calculate the circumference of this circle. Okay, that's what we're focused on. Here's our formula again. Circumference equals diameter times pi. But here's the little issue. We're not given the diameter in this problem. Okay, but we do know that the radius is halfway across. We need the diameter, which would be all the way across. So if 14 is halfway across, the full distance would be 28 feet. Okay, and there's our diameter. So if you're not given the diameter, no problem. You can use the radius to still figure it out. So our radius is 28 feet because that's the distance all the way across. That's what we're going to use. Circumference equals 28 times 3.14. Alright, we do the math on that, and the circumference comes out to 87.92 feet. Okay, and that would be our answer for that one. So if you run across a problem where you're given the radius, just find out what that circumference would be and then use that number. Okay, last type of example I have for you guys for lesson 9.1. This time we're going to have a problem where we are going to try and find the radius or the diameter when we're given the circumference. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working this problem backwards. Okay, we were trying to find the circumference in the other problems. Now we're going backwards. We're going to have the circumference. We're going to try and find out what the radius or the diameter is. Okay, so here's our formula for circumference. Circumference equals diameter times pi. That's what we did to find the circumference. In this problem, though, we already have the circumference. Okay, we have a circular pond with a circumference of 628 feet. We want to find the diameter of this circle. Okay, so we're just going to work it backwards. When we were trying to find the circumference, we would multiply. So we're going to go backwards. We're going to do the opposite of multiplying to find this answer. Alright, so we are going to divide. We are going to take the circumference, 628 feet, and if we just work backwards, if we divide it by pi, then that's going to tell us what the diameter is. Okay, we're going to divide by pi. Alright, so if we do that, 628 divided by pi, that's going to get me 200 feet. Okay, we're just working the problem backwards. Instead of multiplying, we divide it. Alright, now that we know this distance, we're going to do a little bit of application here. Here's the second part of the problem that we're going to solve down here. So we know that the diameter is 200 feet. That's the distance across this pond. Okay, and we have a model boat is moving across the diameter. Okay, so it's traveling on the diameter of the pond at a rate of 5 feet per second. How long will it take for the boat to move across the diameter? Okay, how long is it going to take to go 200 feet with that boat? Okay, it's going 5 feet every second. So if we take the 200 feet, the total distance, if we divide that by 5, that's going to get us how long it's going to take. Alright, so we would take 200 feet, that's how far the boat has to go. We're going to divide it by 5, that's how fast it's traveling. And that's going to get us 40 seconds. Okay, a little bit of application for chapter 9.1. Okay, that is it. Those are the problems you guys are going to be working on this. I have a try this problem that's very similar to this. You can click on that at the end of this video and get that answered, get your points for that. And I'll see you guys next time in class, and we'll work out some more of these. Thanks for watching.